Hello and welcome to today's webinar, 3 Steps to a Best-in-Class Client Portal. My name is Michelle and I will be your moderator. With me today, I have Christina Ritter. Christina is one of our many wonderful customer success managers here at ShareFile and has been part of the customer success team at Citrix for the past year. She has always been drawn to technology and enjoys working with our customers to find the best ways ShareFile and other Citrix products can help their business succeed. Welcome, Christina.
Thank you, Michelle.
Well, on our agenda today, we will be reviewing how to promote your client portal, adding client folders to ShareFile, and finally, building an effective client folder structure. We would really like to hear from you and would like to include your voice in the conversation today. So please ask questions and share your comments by using the question and answer panel at any time during the webinar. In addition to Christina as our presenter today, we also have Alex, Calypso, and Ryan on the back end managing the questions. So please feel free to answer all of your questions and we'll do our best to get to them today. And yes, we are recording today's session and we'll be sharing that recording out with everyone shortly after the conclusion of our webinar. Okay, Christina, let's get started.
Perfect. Thanks again for the introduction. So first up, what we're going to be covering is what is a client portal? Basically, a client portal is a central and secure hub for you, your colleagues, and your clients to be able to organize and save all of your files and then use that storage space to actually share those documents out, not only with just your colleagues, but to all of your clients. These can be very large files like video or audio clips or just sensitive documents. So think social security numbers, any sort of HIPAA information. And luckily, setting up a client portal with ShareFile is just a few easy steps. And so for today, I'm going to cover all the basics of getting your portal up and running and really showing you the value that it can give to your company and how much time and money it can save. So first, you and your client would be able to upload any kind of file type, and you can also set up notifications so that you get emails when there is activity within your client portal. To access the portal, you and your client simply log in with a password that you pick, and then you're able to start viewing those files, sharing files back, etc. And on the right side here, we have an example of what a ShareFile login looks like to get to the client portal. So why use a client portal? Many of you right now might be using ShareFile as a means to securely send your files via email. And that's fantastic that you're using a safe way to email. But you may not know that your ShareFile account also comes with the free ability to create a portal. So when you log in, you're able to create folders and share those folders with other users. And the benefit of this is that sometimes emails just are too time-consuming. You have to write up the pleasantries, do spell check, you might lose the email or delete it by mistake. Your client may need another copy of an email and you'll have to tell them what date to search their inbox for, maybe search your sent box. So instead, why not put those files in a folder? It is permanent. It is going to be there 24/7 for self-service. So you won't need your clients coming to you anymore to get another copy of a file. They will simply log in on their own time to get what they need. Another benefit is that it has an electronic audit trail. So if you want reports of all the activity in a folder, there is a reporting section in your admin tab where you're able to create exactly which activity you want to report on and export it to an Excel document. Also, branding. So you may not know you have a free branding service available. And just like you saw on the previous slide, our branding team can customize your ShareFile login to include a logo of your choice, a color scheme, and that way it feels like your very own client portal. So if you're paying for another service as a means for clients to log in and access a folder, you can save that money and get rid of other products and make it streamlined. Since you already have ShareFile, put everything in ShareFile. Also, you can stay organized because within each folder, you can control the subfolder structure as well as the permissions of every user. So if you don't want your users to be able to add new files or maybe tamper and delete files, you don't have to give them that privilege. So it is as strict and secure as you could need it to be. So what I'm pulling up for you here, and it's a little slow on the broadcast, so thanks for your patience with that. What should be popping up for you is an image of what a client portal would look like inside of a real ShareFile account. So this type of client portal would be perhaps for the accounting industry or financial industry, maybe healthcare to keep track of your patients. And you can see there is a root level folder up top called clients, or a mother folder if you will. And all of the folders inside are actually the client folders. And this structure is something I highly encourage you consider. Putting all of your client folders inside of one main mother or root level folder not only keeps them organized, but you can control the permissions inside of all these folders simply by editing the permissions of the mother folder. Now, for those of you in industries such as construction or maybe project management, engineering, manufacturing, there is another way to use your client portal in a more project-based way. So for example, this construction layout shows project manager subfolders, or if you're in real estate, they can be property folders. So try to think creatively and outside of the box. However you are currently storing and sharing your files, you can duplicate that structure in your client portal. Now you might be thinking, how am I supposed to get all of my clients on board with a client portal? So we're going to take the next couple of minutes to talk about how to promote it. So if you need to transition away from email and into this portal setting, we have a few recommendations on how to set e-communication expectations with your clients. So it's not only important to have the client portal, but for your clients to understand how to interact with it. No one wants to be the next Sony breach or any other sort of massive breach we see in things as such as the election, and so small businesses are even more likely to be targeted by hackers due to their security vulnerabilities. We see that it happens to these massive corporations, so we definitely want to protect ourselves even if we are on a smaller scale. And you do have a responsibility to let your clients know that they need to be using a secure file sharing method. So set those expectations on the first day when you launch the portal. Tell your customers about why you have the portal and how to use it. But just again, most importantly, make sure they understand that they cannot email you files if it is not via a secure route. So set your expectations on why you're using the portal. For example, if it's tax forms, healthcare, private photos, confidential documents. And then when you begin that relationship with a new client, send them a copy of communication preferences. This could be something you do in email or an electronic document. And as you see on the screen, there are ways for you to advertise your client portal. You can place a hyperlink to your client portal in your email signature as seen here. Clicking the link in your signature can take them either to your ShareFile login to get to the portal, or simply just a safe way to send you a file into your portal. Over on the right-hand side here, I'm going to click this client login. This is actually on the Provider Solutions Group website. It's their company website. They hyperlink the client login, and when they click it, it takes them directly to their ShareFile login screen, which you can see has been branded. And so this way it is embedded onto their website, front and center for their clients to acknowledge. So apart from hyperlinking the client portal in your signature or in your website, just be sure to emphasize to your web designer to make that access point visible. Now, apart from the portal, many of you are using the ShareFile email encryption, which again does allow you to send files securely via email, which is still a fantastic and very secure way to go about it, but we are going to be focusing on the portal storage, just so there's no confusion. And in the handout section of your go-to training panel, there is a document that we are giving to all of you guys for download. And I'd recommend everyone right now take a moment, and in the go-to webinar panel, in the handout section, you should see one called a ShareFile Portal Intro Document. I am pulling it up for you now, and this is something I would recommend you save a copy of and email it out or put it in your ShareFile folders for your clients to see. This will help you promote your portal and help your clients understand why they need to use it to remain secure. It will walk them through how to open attachments, send attachments, getting into the portal, resetting passwords. So if any of your clients are wary about this transition you want to make, this document should really help explain the objective and purpose behind it. So up next, now that we've covered why use a client portal, I'm going to show you the basics in your account of how to actually make it happen. We're definitely here to support you as a part of the customer care team. So by no means is it you have to understand everything in the next 20 minutes I'm going to show you. It's just to help show you guys the value in the account and the basic areas in which you can access the feature to set up the portal. So I'll cover how to add all of your users in bulk just to save time instead of adding them one by one. And I will be showing you what a folder portal looks like, how to create folders, the best structure and organization for them, and how to really take advantage of all those different permissions. So I am pulling up now my ShareFile account. And remember, everyone has their own ShareFile account web address that usually has your company name as a part of the URL. So I am signing in here. You're brought to the dashboard, and first thing first is you want to add your clients into your account. And remember, client users are free, so there's really no drawbacks to you or your clients to make this transition. They come with your account in unlimited number. So in the People tab, you will click on Manage Users Home. I'm going to pause for just a second. It looks like maybe it's taken a little bit longer to show you. All right, there we go. And you can either create employee users or clients. Employee users are going to take up those licenses that you're paying for. So for your client portal, just make sure that you're creating them as client users. When you click Create Client, you have two options. And much like the rest of ShareFile, you can either do things one by one or you can do them in bulk. So by all means, if you have a small client base, you can sit here and enter in their email, proceed, enter in their name, set their permissions, and create the user. Or I'm sure a lot of you also have a large client base, upwards of a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand clients. So you will definitely want to add them from an Excel spreadsheet. Setting up a client portal is not supposed to be a tedious process, so we're trying to create these shortcuts for you. Now when you click Add from Excel Spreadsheet, it will pull up this document, and you need to fill out, as I've done here as an example, the email addresses, first and last names of your clients. The company field is optional if you care to identify or associate that client with the company. And then the password column can be left blank, and we will help your client set up a secure password for themselves. So when you fill it out like this and return back to ShareFile, you will be given a place to upload it. So choose your file, click Add Clients, and you'll be able to add as many hundreds of clients at once as you want. You'll also, in the next step, be able to set their permissions. So if you don't want your clients to be able to upload or to delete files or to share their folder, you can control all of that in just a matter of seconds. At any point in time you need to adjust your clients, you can always go to your People tab and browse the client list. Search for the client you need to adjust the settings of or remove or add and make those changes. Once the clients are in, it is time to set up that folder portal. Now, given that you are probably going to be sharing these folders with your clients, I recommend creating them in the Shared Folders section. So when you click on Shared Folders, you will see that I have about 7 root level or mother folders here. And again, I encourage you to create these base level folders and then put all of your clients or your project folders inside of them. So here's my client portal. When I click into it, all of my clients load as subfolders. So if I needed to add a new client, I'll just do a very basic demonstration for you, you simply go to your green button to create a new folder. You give the folder a name. Usually it's your client's name. Description is optional. And you can even apply a folder template right from here. So I will apply my client folder template, which I will show you. Click Create. And just like that, my John Smith folder for my brand new client has been created. And that template that I applied has just put this 8879 and tax year folder right in there for me. So I didn't even need to create those. So you are 2/3 of the way done already with setting this user up. You'll just want to click on people on this folder and add them to it. So I'll click the green Add People to Folder button. I will search their name. They'll pop up and click Add. At this point, you can adjust what you want the user to be able to do. So you can allow them to download, upload, and these alerts are going to be hugely effective in you not needing to spend as much time communicating with your clients. So by giving your client upload alerts, they'll receive an email notification when you add something to their folder. That way all you do is upload and let ShareFile do the rest of the work for you. They will get the email notification. They'll sign in whenever they're ready and download that file. You can also assign yourself those same notification settings. So from there, you saw that I had a template applied to all of my client folders. I have another example here for real estate. So perhaps you're in an industry that, again, is more project-based or property-based. You can create as many folder templates as you need, and I'll show you where to do that in just a moment. But within my real estate folders, I have 4 properties, and when I click into a property, they each have these 5 subfolders: agency docs, closing docs, contracts, and these 5 subfolders are applied automatically to each one of these properties. So again, once you do the groundwork to create a few templates, add all of your users in bulk, the rest basically maintains itself. It's just a matter of you uploading and downloading files as needed. If these templates are of interest for you, you can find them in your admin settings. So you can check that out, and it will be in your advanced preferences, and then folder templates. So from here, you can create as many folder templates as you need, and then simply go in there and apply them as you see fit. The beautiful thing about ShareFile is nothing is permanent if you've made a mistake. You can always uncheck a box, recheck it, add a user, remove them, and it's foolproof. If you don't see something listed plain as day, user having access to a folder, then you can rest assured that they cannot, in fact, see it. So to hop back over now to my client folder, the reason why this is so secure is that when my client, Hamish Abernathy, logs in, the only folder they actually see is their own. They don't see John's folder or Katniss's folder. You can see everything, and your colleagues can see everything that you want them to. But guaranteed, when you click into a folder and double check the people on the folder, if you do not see their name listed, then no one else has access. So it is only me and Hamish who have access to his folder, so that he and I can exchange documents securely within here. Now, the encryption level that we offer in our portal storage is the same strength as our file sharing encryption. So this is equally as secure if you've been using emailing through a ShareFile service. Just rest assured that this is the exact same level of security. So some of you might be thinking, this is very helpful, but I do have 1,000 clients, and adding all of the users in one big batch is great to get started, but I don't necessarily have the time to create all of these users' folders individually. Now, if that is the case, our customer care team is able to help you do something called a bulk folder upload. And basically, that term means we're able to help you not only get your users added in a big batch, but get all of your folders created in a big batch. And if that is the case, you can skip adding all of your users and book an appointment with us. At the end of this demonstration, you will see the link on your screen that you'll need to be able to book that training, and just let them know you heard about the bulk folder upload and are interested. What we'll do is we'll send you a separate Excel document that we keep on our end of things, and we'll email it to you. You're able to fill it out with all of your users' information and the folder name that you want for them. This gets your users added, gets your folders created, shares the folder with only the appropriate people, and it sets the permission for all of those clients. And then finally, we can customize the welcome email you want to send out and just blast it out to all, however many hundreds of your users. So it really is a one-stop shop. And I can't reiterate enough how much of a time saver it is to be able to click into a client folder, check the file that you need to download, and view it one more time. Now, if you have a ton of files on your computer that you want to get uploaded, I would encourage you to hop over to our apps page. On this apps page, everything here is free for all employees, and we have a few tools in particular that make uploading folders and files fast and easy. Sync is one of our apps that allows you to keep local copies of folders and files on your computer. So maybe you don't want to go entirely to the cloud and you want to have a few copies on your machine of maybe a few client folders or internal folders. You can do that with Sync. Drive Mapper is also going to assist you in getting some of the folders off of your hard drive in your local machine up into the cloud. If you also have massive amounts of data and hundreds of gigabytes, upwards of terabytes to upload, you can also book an appointment and just discuss those data migrating needs, and we can show you some of the other tools that we offer. All right, so on that note, I hope that this showed you a little bit about why Client Portal could be a safe and easy way for you to transition out of emailing, out of searching your inboxes, or storing everything on your computer. Just feel free to take advantage of your cloud storage because it's there for you. So you might as well use those folders that is already part of your account and just get rid of any other processes or products that you may need to be storing these files. And I'm going to pass it back over to Michelle for some closing remarks before we open it up for questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Christina, and thank you, Alex, Calypso, and Ryan. Everybody is getting their questions answered pretty quickly. Keep typing those questions in, though. They'll try to get through them, and as well as myself and Christina. So before I do go over what's on our slide, Christina, I'm just going to jump right into some of the questions that we had coming in that were pretty common. So I'm assuming if a couple people have them, a lot of people may have them as well. So first question. If we have already set up clients, can we move them into a mother folder?
Yes, so all folders can be moved around within the account, and I can pull up my account to show you. So once clients or folders are created, you always have the ability to check a folder, and then from the three dots that say More, you can move them into an entirely different folder or area within the account. So if clients are already added, you can move them around as often as you need just by checking their folder and then coming to this Move button.
And does a client have to set up their own login to my portal, or do I set up the login for them?
Sure. Alex, do you want to take this one? Okay. Oops, so when it comes to the login, I'll actually handle this. And so when it comes to the login, they will be able to click a link in the email that they get when they're welcomed, and that link allows them to create the password of their choice. If anyone wants to be able to control the passwords themselves, if you own the account, you can type in a predetermined password that you would then need to communicate to the client so that they know you've preset it. But otherwise, every client is able to manage their own password and reset it when they forget it simply by going to your login page and clicking the Forgot Password link, which is right below the sign-in box here.
Great. And I know that you demoed this. I just would love for you to, and you just really did demo it, but I would love for you to maybe walk through it one more time. How do you send a common document, such as a new user FAQ, in bulk email after uploading your clients?
How do you send a file to a client after you've just added them? Was that the question?
Yeah.
Sure. So once you've created your user and they're in the portal, if you want to send them a file, all you need to do is navigate to that client's folder that you've created. So I'll click into my client, Mr. Hamich here. And once you're within the folder, you can add any file type simply by coming to your green circular button and from the drop-down, clicking Upload. And from there, you'll be able to browse your entire machine just like normal and select that file that you need to upload here. Navigate to it and click Open. And again, I apologize for any delay in my screen sharing here, but once you click Upload, you will see that file has loaded into the folder, and files do not automatically expire out of your folder. So once you put it in there, it will remain there until you decide to manually remove it by checking and deleting. But otherwise, you can just rest assured that all of your files will be there 24/7 for you and your clients to access as often as you need.
Awesome. And is there a way to clone a dynamic folder structure?
So the folder templates here, you can apply to any number of folders. I believe that may be the question. So when you create a folder template, you can apply that folder template as many times as you want to as many folders as you want. So I'll come back here into the folder template section, and I can dive in a little deeper here. So within your admin tab, you'll go back to your advanced preferences and then the folder template. And you can see here I have 6 folder templates already created. So you can have as many as you need. And when you create a new template, you give it a name. So we can call this the Best Client Portal. Click Create, and then pretend that this is the folder that you want to apply that dynamic folder template to. So let's say I want 3 subfolders as my template. I will create subfolder 1, subfolder 2, and subfolder 3. So now this folder structure, I can click Finish to save it. Here it is, and I can apply this folder template by clicking the Apply Template to Folder button and navigating to any and as many folders as I want to apply that to. So once you create that dynamic subfolder structure once, it can be applied as often as you need.
That's awesome. And if an employee user of ShareFile does not have admin rights or is not an admin on the account, can they still manage a shared folder?
Yes, so within your folders, you're able to be given admin rights on just a folder, even if you're not an admin. So let me click back into one of my folders here. So in the People on this folder tab within any folder you create, you see your list of permissions. You have download, alerts, delete, and the very far right permission is admin. Now this is not referring to being an admin user, it just means being an admin, or think of it as an owner of the folder. So by giving Hamich this admin box and clicking Save, that means that he is able to help manage this folder with me. So he can add people to the folder, he can help set the permissions for any users he adds, he can create subfolders for me inside of here, and I didn't have to give him actual admin rights on my account. You know, let's say I want to be able to manage the entirety of the account. I can still delegate certain employees to manage specific folders to take a little bit of the workload off my shoulders.
And Christina, can you confirm that bulk folder upload is a current feature of ShareFile that all users have. It is not an upgrade. It is not a fee service.
Correct. So a bulk folder upload is available to any and all ShareFile customers. You do, however, need the help of a customer care representative to complete a bulk folder upload because we will show you how to do it and we will send you documents that you'll need to complete it, which is a good thing because we don't want you to be on your own and working through it, so we're here to guide you along the way. However, you are able to do a bulk user upload in the People tab. As I showed in the very beginning, you can add all of your users at once by filling out the Excel document that's provided in that People tab.
Excellent. And if you have already created a folder, can it be modified or deleted? And I'm sorry, if it was based from a template, can you later modify that and or delete it, or is it going to stay as is?
You can still modify and delete folders that have templates inside of them. So I believe the question is, this folder has a template inside of it. 8879 and tax year is the template structure. You can remove the template itself by checking these two and deleting them, or you can delete the actual client folder. So a template doesn't make your folder rigid or fixed. You still have the ability to edit and make those fluid changes as you see fit. And you also have the ability to change your templates by going back into your admin tab, and there's an edit button. Simply edit and make those changes and then reapply that template to your folder, and it's smart enough to know to only update the changes you made to the template, not actually delete and start over.
Excellent. And is it possible to limit a client's permissions within a folder? Can you do view only or upload only or download only?
Yes, so clicking back into the People on this folder tab, again, to show you, you have 7 options here, and they are black and white. So you know if that box is checked, the user is able to do it, and if it is not, there is no way they're able to complete that action. So for example, you may only want users to be able to view and download files. If that is the case, uncheck every box except for download. That way they can log in, see the folder, and view all of the files you've shared with them, but they are not able to make any changes or add the file back, upload a new copy. They cannot delete it. It's simply a way for you to send a file to them. On the inverse side of things, you can make it so a client can only upload. So if you don't want them to be able to view the files in your folder, just give them those upload rights, and it can be a one-way sending to your company. And by default, we've tried to keep the permissions easy. By default, they can upload and download, but they will not be able to delete or be an admin by default. So let's say you're worried you might be doing things wrong. Always just double check what boxes you see, and to begin with, you would have download and upload checked, but nothing else.
Excellent. If you want to add multiple documents to a client folder, will the client get multiple notifications, or is there a way to have only one notification go out?
Yes, good question. So that is going to be in your settings tab as well. Both the individual user and the admin can set the email frequency here. So you can control whether you want these in real time, meaning if you did an upload every 5 minutes, you would get an email every 5 minutes, or you can batch them, as you can see, based on 15 minutes, an hour, maybe just once a day emails if you would like more of a transaction summary of everything that happens. So that is something that all users can set for themselves in the settings tab.
Excellent. We have a couple of questions coming in from a couple of our customers who are using several of our Citrix products. So the first question is, if using Right Signature, and that's our e-signature tool, does the client signed file or PDF stay in that same folder?
Okay, so to break it down just a little bit, when a file is uploaded to a ShareFile folder, and I will navigate back into one for us, you can right-click the file to send it for signature. At that point, the client would sign the document, and the signed copy would come back into the ShareFile folder automatically for you, and it would read right below 8879-signed. So you would know which one was the original and which one was the signed. So that signed copy in the scenario would remain in the folder for both the employee and the client to download or save another copy of. Right Signature has many other processes for how to send files off for signature, but from a client portal standpoint, by uploading it into a folder first and then doing the right-click send for signature, it would come back into the folder. And for anyone that is not sure what Right Signature is, we do also offer a separate product for electronic signature. Just feel free to type in the question box then if you're curious about that.
Great, thanks, Christina. And then we had a question about Podio, which I'm not sure if you'll know the answer to, but one of our customers, Paul, is using Podio as well and is wondering if individual client folders can be tied to specific Podio clients or workflows. And I'm not sure if you are familiar with that, and we can definitely find out if you're not.
That is a wonderful question. Podio is a little bit outside of my expertise, but we'll be sure to find the right answer and reach out to them.
Great, thank you. And then lastly, we had this great question come in, and I would think it's a great way to close out our session. And it was, what are the benefits of creating templates versus not creating templates?
Great question. So let's say, again, you have a client portal with maybe 100 clients, and you've created the mother folder called clients or customers, whatever you may refer to them as, and your 100 individual client subfolders. In every single client folder, I know I want to break it down into maybe it's a contract folder or some sort of financials folder or a letter of engagement. Instead of having to click into every single client folder and manually create those same 3 subfolders on repeat for all of my 100 clients, all you have to do is create the template. And when you apply a template to a mother folder, like clients, for example, the template is applied to every single subfolder inside of it. Which just sort of shows why putting all of your clients inside of a mother folder is beneficial, because that way you don't have to apply the template to each and every subfolder. It is a one-click stop. You apply it to the root level or mother folder, and every single folder inside of there will have that template that you built. So you can truly save hours on that feature just by making sure that you group all of your folders together inside of some sort of mother folder and apply a template, and the entire portal is now set up with an identical structure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christina. So we do have more questions coming in, but I think I'm going to close on that. But I do want everyone to know that we see your questions and we have your questions, and we will be sure to get through these questions and get an answer to you by the end of the week via email. So I do hope that everyone was able to take away some learnings from our webinar today. And again, you will receive a link to the recording. And like I said, if we did not get to your question, Christina or one of the other managers on the call here will definitely address your question directly and get back to you. Our support site, it has a wealth of information for you, including a link to register for a webinar that reviews the basics of ShareFile for our newer customers, or if you need a refresher. And these happen 5 times a day, so there should always be a convenient time for you. If you would like a one-on-one consultation to better optimize your ShareFile experience, you can sign up with the link on the screen there, the Meet Me link. Again, these will be emailed to you with the recording, so don't feel like you have to scurry to write these down. The links to these will be in that email as well. Also, don't forget to download today's handout in the handout section, which will also be included in that email. So in case you can't find the handout section or you didn't have time to get that downloaded, we'll be emailing that to you as well. Well, Christina, thank you so much for taking the time to show everybody these awesome features. We do hope everybody learned something today, and we really appreciate you, our customers, taking time out of your busy day to spend some time with us. So until next time, have a wonderful day.